I'm the Woman for the Job by Dr. Abiola George. Copyright. I'm the Woman for the Job. Copyright 2020-24 by Abiola George. All rights reserved. Disclaimer. This book is intended to provide helpful and informative material on the subjects addressed. It is not a substitute for professional advice. The author and publisher shall not be held liable for any damages resulting from the use of information contained in this book. Introduction. Why this book? Every day, women around the world walk into workplaces that were not designed with them in mind. Despite this, we've climbed the ranks, shattered glass ceilings, and transformed industries. Yet the journey is far from over. This book isn't about teaching you to behave like a man or fit into a mold. It's about discovering your unique strengths as a woman and learning how to leverage them to succeed on your terms. I'm not here to sugarcoat things. Success in the professional world requires strategy, persistence, and boldness. But it's possible, and you're more capable than you realize. Why this matters now? The professional landscape is shifting, with more opportunities than ever before for women to lead, innovate, and shape the future. Yet, systemic barriers and cultural norms persist. According to a 2022 McKinsey report, women are promoted to managerial roles at a rate significantly lower than men, contributing to a widening leadership gap. This book aims to equip you with the tools to bridge that gap on your own terms. A personal perspective. I know this because I've been there, navigating a career while battling doubt, balancing societal expectations, and learning from both triumphs and stumbles. Early in my career, I often hesitated to advocate for myself, fearing it would be seen as arrogance. It wasn't until I reframed self-promotion as sharing value that I began to thrive. This book is filled with lessons I've learned, stories of inspiring women, and practical tools to help you claim your rightful place at the table. How to use this book. This is not a one-size-fits-all guide. Each chapter provides strategies that can be adapted to your unique career goals, cultural context, and personal values. As you read, reflect on what resonates most with you, and don't hesitate to skip ahead or revisit chapters as your needs evolve. Whether you're here to build confidence, master workplace dynamics, or plan for long-term growth, this book is your ally in designing a career that works for you. A call to action. Here's the truth. You are the woman for the job. With every chapter, I challenge you to step into your power, take bold actions, and create the opportunities you deserve. This isn't just about professional success. It's about embracing your potential to lead, inspire, and make an extraordinary impact. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Defining your goals. Before we talk about climbing ladders or breaking ceilings, let's pause to ask, where are you headed? Success looks different for everyone, and the first step to achieving it is defining what it means to you. Ask yourself. Start with your values. Your goals should reflect what matters most to you, both professionally and personally. Ask yourself, what do I value most in my life and career? What kind of work excites me and makes me feel fulfilled? Where do I see myself in 5, 10, or 20 years? From dreams to strategy. Writing down your answers can be incredibly clarifying. Your goals don't need to look like anyone else's. Maybe you dream of becoming a CEO, or maybe you want to build a fulfilling career while prioritizing time with your family. Both are valid and achievable. For example, if you value creativity, your goal might involve working on projects that challenge conventional thinking. If you value stability, your goal could be to secure a leadership role in a well-established company. Make your goals SMART. To turn your dreams into actionable steps, ensure they are SMART. Specific. Clearly define what you want to achieve. Measurable. Establish criteria to track your progress. Achievable. Set realistic and attainable targets. Relevant. Align your goals with your values and priorities. Time-bound. Assign a deadline to create urgency. Here's an example of transforming a vague goal into a SMART one. Vague. I want a better job. SMART. I want to transition into a management role in the next 2 years by building leadership skills through training and expanding my network. Case study, SMART goals in action. Meet Sarah, a marketing professional who felt stuck in her mid-level role. Her vague goal of getting promoted wasn't yielding results. With guidance, she redefined her goal. Within 1 year, I will become a senior marketing manager by leading a successful product launch and earning the leadership team's recognition. Sarah broke this into actionable steps. 1. Research leadership training programs and enroll in one. 2. Volunteer for a high-profile project to showcase her skills. 3. Schedule monthly check-ins with her manager to discuss her progress. By the year's end, Sarah not only achieved her goal, but also gained valuable skills and confidence. Keep your goals visible. Once you define your goals, keep them visible. Write them in your journal, stick them on your mirror, or save them as a note on your phone. Let them remind you why you're putting in the effort and guide your decisions along the way. Reflection exercise. Take a moment to write down 1. One short-term goal to achieve in the next 6 months. 2. One long-term goal to achieve in the next 5 years. 3. One value that these goals reflect. Revisit your answers periodically to track your progress and make adjustments. Your path, your pace. Remember, success isn't a race. Your journey is yours alone. By defining your goals and aligning them with your values, you're creating a roadmap for a career and life that feels authentic and fulfilling. Chapter 2. Mindset Shifts for Success. There's a powerful saying I love: you don't have to be perfect to be amazing. Yet so many of us wait for perfection before stepping forward. We believe we need to check every box, have all the answers, and avoid failure at all costs. Let me tell you something. Perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. Tackling imposter syndrome. One of the biggest barriers to women's success is imposter syndrome, the persistent feeling that you don't belong or aren't good enough, despite evidence to the contrary. You're not alone in this. Research shows that over 70% of people experience imposter syndrome at some point in their lives. Women, particularly those in male-dominated industries, often face this phenomenon more acutely. Early in my career, I second-guessed myself constantly, even when I knew I was capable. I felt like I had to work twice as hard to prove I belonged. It wasn't until I started focusing on my accomplishments and learning to trust my abilities that I began to feel confident in my professional identity. Building confidence brick by brick. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you can develop. Here are 4 mindset shifts to help you get started. 1. Embrace failure as a teacher. Every mistake is a lesson. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by avoiding failure. They got there by learning from it. Reflect on a recent challenge. What did it teach you? How can you use that lesson moving forward? 2. Challenge negative self-talk. Replace "I'm not qualified for this" with "I'm capable of learning what I need." Write down common doubts you have and reframe them as positive affirmations. For example, doubt: I'm not ready for a promotion. Affirmation: I've achieved XYZ and I'm building the skills for my next role. 3. Celebrate small wins. Confidence is built over time, one achievement at a time. Keep a journal of your wins, big or small, and revisit it whenever self-doubt creeps in. This simple practice reinforces your progress and motivates you to keep going. Number 4. Visualize success. Visualization isn't just a motivational tool, it's backed by science. Picture yourself succeeding, whether it's acing a presentation, handling a difficult conversation, or landing your dream job. Visualization primes your brain to act in alignment with your goals. Reframing perfectionism. Perfectionism often holds us back. Instead of focusing on getting everything exactly right, shift your perspective to prioritize progress. Ask yourself, what's one small step I can take today toward my goal? How can I focus on the value I'm bringing rather than the flaws I'm afraid to show? A global perspective. While imposter syndrome and perfectionism are widespread, cultural norms can shape how they manifest. In some cultures, women are socialized to value humility over self-promotion, which can make confidence building feel even more daunting. Recognizing these dynamics is the first step to breaking free from them. Reflection exercise. Take 5 minutes to write down 1. One recent accomplishment you're proud of. 2. A time you overcame self-doubt to achieve something meaningful. 3. One limiting belief you want to let go of and a new belief to replace it. The confidence-competence loop. As you build confidence, you'll naturally become more competent. And as you gain competence, your confidence will grow. The two feed each other in a powerful loop. By embracing progress over perfection and trusting your abilities, you'll unlock potential you didn't realize you had. Your worth is non-negotiable. Confidence doesn't mean never doubting yourself. It means moving forward despite those doubts. With every small step you take, you're proving that you are capable, resilient, and worthy of success. The key is to remember, you don't have to be perfect to be amazing. You already are. Chapter 3: Interpersonal Skills. Success starts within. Before you can lead a team, influence decisions, or build meaningful relationships, you need to master yourself. This isn't about perfection. It's about cultivating self-awareness, emotional resilience, and living with integrity. Self-awareness, the mirror you must look into. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of growth. It's the ability to understand your strengths, weaknesses, emotions, and how you're perceived by others. Without it, you can't identify areas for improvement or fully leverage your unique talents. Start by asking yourself, what are my greatest strengths and how am I using them? What areas do I struggle with and what am I doing to improve? How do others perceive my actions and intentions? Practical exercise. Spend 5 minutes at the end of each day reflecting on these questions. 1. What did I do well today? 2. What could I have done differently? 3. How did my actions affect those around me? Over time, these reflections will reveal patterns and help you make intentional changes. Emotional intelligence, a superpower in the workplace. In a world where technical skills can be learned quickly, emotional intelligence, EQ, sets you apart. EQ is your ability to recognize, understand, and manage both your own emotions and those of others. Research shows that high EQ correlates with stronger leadership, better decision-making, and healthier relationships. Start with empathy, the ability to see situations from others' perspectives. For example, if a colleague misses a deadline, instead of jumping to conclusions, ask questions to understand their challenges. Developing emotional intelligence. 1. Self-regulation. Pause before reacting. When you feel overwhelmed or frustrated, take a deep breath and consider how your response will affect others. 2. Active listening. Truly focus on what others are saying without interrupting or planning your response. Reflect back to show understanding. 3. Seek feedback. Ask trusted colleagues or mentors how your emotional responses affect team dynamics and use their insights to grow. Integrity. Doing what's right, always. Integrity is non-negotiable. It's about aligning your actions with your values, even when no one is watching. In the workplace, integrity means being honest, owning up to mistakes, and treating everyone with respect. Here's an example. Imagine a scenario where your team faces pressure to cut corners on a project. Acting with integrity might mean raising concerns, even if it feels uncomfortable. In the long run, your reputation as someone who values quality and ethics will serve you far better than taking shortcuts. Building a reputation for integrity. 1. Be transparent. Communicate openly about challenges and decisions. 2. Own your mistakes. Admitting when you're wrong demonstrates humility and accountability. 3. Treat everyone with respect, from interns to executives. Show consistent kindness and fairness. Bringing it all together. Interpersonal skills are about building a strong foundation within yourself. When you combine self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and integrity, you become someone others trust, admire, and want to follow. Reflection exercise. Take a moment to consider. 1. What is one strength you want to focus on leveraging in your career? 2. What is one emotional trigger you'd like to manage better? 3. What does integrity mean to you, and how do you live it out in your work? By mastering your inner world, you'll not only elevate your career, but also find a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. Chapter 4. Interpersonal Skills. No one achieves success alone. The relationships you build, the way you communicate, and how you collaborate with others can make or break your career. These skills aren't just nice-to-haves, they're essentials. Building relationships. Start with connection. The workplace isn't just about tasks and deadlines, it's a network of people with diverse perspectives and needs. To thrive, you must build authentic relationships based on trust and mutual respect. Practical strategies for building connections. 1. Get to know your colleagues. Spend time learning about their roles, interests, and goals. For example, ask about a project they're passionate about or a challenge they're tackling. 2. Offer help without waiting to be asked. Demonstrating a willingness to support others builds goodwill. 3. Follow up. After a meaningful conversation, send a quick message or email thanking the person for their time or insights. Case study. A senior executive once shared with me how her success stemmed not from her technical expertise, but from the relationships she cultivated. She prioritized making connections across departments, which meant when she needed collaboration or support, she had allies at every level. Her lesson? Relationships are the backbone of influence. Effective communication. Say what you mean what you say. Communication is more than speaking. It's listening, observing, and responding thoughtfully. Strong communicators don't just share their thoughts effectively, they also adapt to their audience's needs. Tips for better communication. 1. Practice active listening. Give your full attention, ask clarifying questions, and summarize what you've heard to ensure understanding. 2. Adapt your style. Tailor your communication to your audience. A detail-oriented colleague might appreciate data-driven explanations, while a visionary leader might prefer a big-picture summary. 3. Choose the right medium. Complex or sensitive topics are better discussed in person or over video calls, while quick updates can go through email or messaging apps. Avoiding communication pitfalls. Avoid using jargon that might confuse others. Refrain from interrupting or dismissing ideas even if you disagree. Instead ask, "Can you elaborate on that?" Collaboration. It's not about the credit. True collaboration happens when individuals work together toward a shared goal, putting collective success above personal recognition. Keys to effective collaboration. 1. Be proactive. Don't wait to be asked. Offer your skills or expertise when you see a need. 2. Give and receive feedback. Feedback is essential for growth. When offering it, be constructive and specific. When receiving it, be open-minded and willing to learn. 3. Resolve conflicts diplomatically. Disagreements are inevitable, but how you handle them defines your professionalism. Focus on understanding the other person's perspective and finding common ground. Collaboration in action. During a recent project, 2 team members clashed over conflicting ideas. Instead of taking sides, I facilitated a discussion where each shared their perspective. By focusing on the project's goals, rather than personal differences, we merged their ideas into a solution that exceeded expectations. Reflection exercise. Take a moment to write down 1. One way you can strengthen a workplace relationship this week. 2. A communication habit you want to improve. 3. A recent collaboration challenge you faced and how you resolved it and could have handled it better. The power of interpersonal skills. When you master interpersonal skills, you create a network of allies, mentors, and collaborators who will amplify your impact. Relationships, communication, and teamwork are more than career tools. They are the foundation of long-term success and fulfillment. Chapter 5. Politics, Power, and Influence. The word politics often carries negative connotations, especially in the workplace. But here's the truth. Politics is simply about understanding relationships, power, and influence. You don't have to play dirty to succeed, but you can't afford to be naive. Understanding workplace dynamics. Every organization has its own culture, hierarchies, and unwritten rules. Navigating these dynamics requires observation, strategy, and intentionality. Steps to map workplace dynamics. 1. Identify key players. Who are the decision makers, influencers, and gatekeepers? 2. Observe communication patterns. How do people share information, formally in meetings or informally in hallway chats? 3. Understand power structures. Beyond titles, consider who holds real influence. For example, an executive assistant may have significant sway due to their proximity to senior leaders. Example. A colleague once shared how she mapped her company's dynamics during her first 6 months on the job. She noticed that informal lunch groups often discussed decisions before they were officially presented. By joining these gatherings, she gained insights and began contributing to discussions early, which raised her visibility and influence. Using influence wisely. Influence isn't about manipulation, It's about inspiring action, building trust, and driving outcomes that align with your goals and values. The art of influence. 1. Deliver excellence consistently. People trust and follow those who prove they're reliable and competent. 2. Master persuasion. Combine logic, emotion, and credibility. Logic. Use clear, data-backed arguments. Emotion. Tell stories that resonate with others' values. Credibility. Build trust through expertise and authenticity. 3. Build reciprocity. Help others without expecting immediate returns. Over time, these acts of goodwill create a network of allies. Avoiding political pitfalls. While navigating workplace politics, it's easy to fall into common traps like gossip, cliques, or unnecessary competition. These behaviors might offer short-term gains, but can damage your reputation and relationships in the long run. Ethical strategies for political challenges. Resist gossip. If someone brings up office gossip, redirect the conversation to a neutral topic. Focus on solutions. When conflicts arise, shift the conversation to finding resolutions rather than assigning blame. Align with shared goals. Frame your ideas in terms of how they benefit the team or organization. Personal example. During a high-stakes project, a teammate tried to undermine my efforts to gain favor with leadership. Instead of retaliating, I stayed focused on delivering results and collaborated openly. My professionalism earned me trust, and the project's success solidified my credibility. Reflection exercise. 1. Who are the key influencers in your workplace, and how can you build relationships with them? 2. What is one ethical way you can increase your visibility at work? 3. How do you typically handle office politics, and what is one thing you'd like to do differently? The ethical power play. Politics, power, and influence aren't inherently negative. They're tools that can be used to create positive change, both for yourself and others. By approaching workplace dynamics with integrity, strategic thinking, and a focus on collaboration, you can rise above the noise and stand out as a leader. Chapter 6. Networking and Visibility. Visibility is your superpower. The myth that hard work alone guarantees recognition often holds women back from reaching their full potential. Networking ensures that the right people know who you are, what you're capable of, and why you're an asset. It's not about schmoozing or superficial exchanges. It's about building authentic relationships that propel your career forward. Expand your definition of networking. Networking doesn't only happen at conferences or corporate functions. It happens every day when you contribute in meetings, engage on professional platforms like LinkedIn, or have casual conversations with colleagues. Everyday networking in action. 1. Within your organization. Reach out to colleagues in other departments to learn about their work. This broadens your understanding of the company and creates allies in unexpected places. 2. Through social media. Share industry insights, comment thoughtfully on posts, and connect with peers and thought leaders in your field. 3. At events. Attend professional gatherings, even virtual ones, and aim to meet at least 3 new people. Prepare conversation starters in advance, such as, "What brought you to this event?" Case study. When Priya, an engineer, wanted to transition into product management, she didn't know where to start. Instead of solely applying to job postings, she began connecting with product managers on LinkedIn. She asked thoughtful questions about their roles and attended webinars to gain insights. Within months, one of her new connections referred her to a position she successfully landed. What would you say? Your elevator pitch, the 30-second spotlight. If your CEO walked into the room right now, what would you say? Your elevator pitch is your chance to make a memorable impression in just 30 seconds. Crafting your pitch. 1. Who you are. Introduce yourself and your professional role. 2. What you've done. Highlight a key achievement or skill. 3. What you're excited about. Share a goal or passion. Example. Hi, I'm Naeem. I specialize in skill field and recently led notable project, which improved result. I'm passionate about specific interest and always looking for ways to contribute more. Practice your pitch until it feels natural and adjust it based on your audience. Visibility without discomfort. There's a pervasive myth that women need to network like men, frequenting bars, joining after-hours meetups, or engaging in behaviors that may feel unnatural. Let me be clear, you can build visibility on your own terms. Networking is about authenticity, not fitting into someone else's mold. Action steps for building visibility. 1. Speak up in meetings, especially early in the conversation. This establishes your presence. 2. Share your successes strategically. For example, I'm pleased that my recent project saved the company time and resources, thanks to everyone who supported me. 3. Volunteer for visible roles, such as presenting at meetings or leading projects. Reflection exercise. 1. Who in your network can you reconnect with this week? 2. What professional event or opportunity will you seek out this month? 3. How can you use social media to showcase your expertise? Networking as a long-term investment. Networking isn't about instant gratification, it's about planting seeds. The relationships you build today may not bear fruit for months or even years, but they'll serve as the foundation of your professional growth. By staying visible, authentic, and proactive, you're not just advancing your career, you're creating a legacy of connection and influence. Chapter 7. Tooting your own horn. Have you ever hesitated to share an accomplishment, worrying you'd come off as boastful? Or downplayed your contribution in a meeting, thinking it was modesty? Here's the reality. If you don't advocate for yourself, someone else might take the credit, or worse, your contributions could go unnoticed. Self-promotion isn't about bragging. It's about ensuring that your work and value are recognized. When done authentically, it can open doors to opportunities, build your credibility, and position you as a leader. Why self-promotion is essential. Studies show that women are less likely than men to highlight their achievements, often fearing backlash or seeming arrogant. However, research also indicates that self-advocacy is critical to career advancement. Framing self-promotion as sharing value, rather than seeking validation, can help you approach it with confidence. Reframing self-promotion. Instead of, I don't want to seem self-centered, think, I'm sharing the impact of my work to inspire trust and collaboration. Mastering the art of self-promotion. Self-promotion is a skill you can learn and refine. Here's how to do it effectively. 1. Frame your accomplishments as team wins. Highlight how your efforts contributed to broader goals. For example, our team's campaign exceeded expectations, and I'm proud that my research on target demographics played a role in its success. 2. Use meetings to showcase your contributions. Many women hesitate to speak up in meetings, letting others take the spotlight. Practice sharing your insights early in the discussion. For example, one approach we used in this project was specific example, which resulted in specific outcome. 3. Document your achievements. Keep a brag book where you record successes, client praise, or project milestones. This not only boosts your confidence, but also provides tangible evidence during performance reviews or interviews. 4. Be specific about your value. Avoid vague statements like, I worked on that project. Instead say, I led the strategy for that project, which increased customer engagement by 30%. Sharing without bragging. Self-promotion doesn't have to feel awkward or insincere. It's about presenting your achievements in a way that highlights value rather than ego. Practical example. Imagine you've completed a successful project. Instead of saying, I did it all on my own, you might say, this project was challenging, but I'm proud of how it streamlined our process and saved the company time. I appreciate the support I received along the way. The balance between confidence and humility. Confidence and humility can coexist. While it's important to acknowledge your achievements, it's equally valuable to express gratitude to those who contributed. This balance makes your self-promotion feel genuine and collaborative. Reflection exercise. 1. Write down 3 accomplishments from the past 6 months. 2. Practice framing these achievements in terms of their impact on your team or organization. 3. Identify one upcoming opportunity, such as a meeting or performance review, where you can share your accomplishments. Advocating for yourself as a long-term strategy. When you advocate for yourself, you're not just showcasing your value, you're building a reputation as a confident, competent professional. By consistently highlighting your contributions in an authentic and thoughtful way, you'll position yourself for new opportunities, recognition, and growth. competent professional. Chapter 8. Dress for success. The way you present yourself speaks volumes before you even say a word. While it's unfair to be judged by appearances, it's also a reality we can use to our advantage. Dressing for success isn't about expensive clothes. It's about aligning your appearance with your career goals and industry standards. More than clothes. Dressing as communication. Your attire communicates professionalism, confidence, and respect for your role and environment. Consider how you want to be perceived and choose clothing that reflects that message. Questions to guide your wardrobe choices. 1. What are the norms in my workplace or industry? 2. How do I want to feel in my clothes? Confident, comfortable, empowered. 3. Does my outfit align with the expectations of the occasion, e.g., a meeting, presentation, or networking event? Building a power wardrobe. A well-curated wardrobe doesn't have to break the bank. Focus on versatile, high-quality staples that you can mix and match. Essential pieces. A tailored blazer instantly elevates any outfit. Choose neutral colors like black, navy, or gray for versatility. Comfortable, professional shoes. Avoid extremes. Opt for classic styles like pumps, loafers, or flats. A versatile dress or suit. A simple black dress or a tailored suit can transition seamlessly from day to night. Well-fitting basics. Crisp white shirts, neutral trousers, and simple skirts form the foundation of a polished look. Tailoring your style to your industry. Different industries have distinct dress codes. Understanding these expectations helps you strike the right balance between individuality and professionalism. Tips by industry. Corporate. Stick to formal attire in subdued colors. Accessories should be minimal and tasteful. Creative fields. You can experiment with bold patterns or statement pieces, as long as the overall look remains polished. Tech or startups. Business casual often reigns here. A blazer paired with dark jeans or a smart jacket over a casual outfit usually works. Navigating dress codes across cultures. If you work with colleagues from different cultural backgrounds, take time to understand their norms. In some environments, conservative dressing might be expected, while others may value individuality more. Respecting these nuances demonstrates cultural awareness and sensitivity. Authenticity matters. While it's important to adapt to workplace expectations, don't lose your sense of self. Incorporate elements of your personality into your wardrobe, whether it's a favorite color, a signature accessory, or a unique pattern. Confidence comes from feeling comfortable in your own skin, even in professional attire. Example: when Laura, a marketing executive, transitioned into a more formal corporate role, she was worried about losing her creative flair. She found a balance by choosing classic silhouettes in vibrant colors and adding statement jewelry that reflected her personality. Her outfits conveyed professionalism while staying true to her individuality. Reflection exercise. 1. Identify one staple piece in your wardrobe that makes you feel confident. 2. What is one addition you could make to align your wardrobe with your career goals? 3. How can you express your personality through your professional attire? Closing the gap between style and substance. Dressing for success isn't about following rigid rules. It's about aligning your outward appearance with your inner confidence and goals. By choosing clothes that empower you and reflect your values, you're not just dressing for the role you have, you're dressing for the role you want. Chapter 9. Personal and Professional Development. Growth is a lifelong journey. It doesn't stop when you land a promotion or achieve a significant milestone. In fact, the higher you climb, the more crucial it becomes to keep learning and evolving. Think of personal and professional development as an investment. You're building a foundation that will yield returns for the rest of your life. Personal development. Invest in yourself. Personal development is about becoming the best version of yourself. This could mean improving your mental well-being, expanding your knowledge, or honing skills unrelated to your job. The benefits often extend beyond your career, enriching your relationships, creativity, and overall happiness. Practical steps for personal growth. 1. Read widely. Explore books, articles, or podcasts on topics that interest or challenge you. For example, if you want to improve your negotiation skills, dive into resources like Getting to Yes by Roger Fisher and William Ury. 2. Develop a hobby. Creative outlets like painting, cooking, or gardening can reduce stress and spark new ideas. 3. Learn a language. Mastering a new language not only boosts your cognitive abilities, but also opens doors to unexpected opportunities, especially in global roles. Example: Tayo, an HR professional, started learning Spanish during her free time. A year later, her language skills helped her secure a leadership role managing international teams in Latin America. Her personal investment became a significant career asset. Professional development. Stay ahead of the curve. In today's rapidly changing world, staying relevant in your field is essential. Look for opportunities to enhance your skills through formal training, certifications, or self-directed learning. Strategies for professional growth. 1. Identify skill gaps. What abilities do you need to achieve your career goals? For example, if you're aiming for a management role, consider leadership or project management courses. 2. Seek out feedback. Regularly ask peers and supervisors for constructive criticism to identify areas for improvement. 3. Leverage technology. Stay current with tools and trends in your industry, such as AI in marketing or blockchain in finance. Practical example: when Amina, an IT professional, noticed her field shifting toward cloud computing, she pursued AWS certification. This proactive approach not only kept her skills relevant, but also made her a sought-after candidate for leadership roles in tech-forward companies. Blending personal and professional growth. The most successful professionals find ways to align their personal passions with their career goals. For example, if you're passionate about sustainability, consider how you can integrate that into your work, whether by joining a green initiative at your company or pursuing roles in eco-conscious industries. Reflection exercise. 1. What is one skill you want to develop in the next 6 months? 2. How can your personal passions align with your professional growth? 3. What is one small step you can take this week to invest in your development? Creating a development plan. A development plan helps you focus your efforts and measure your progress. Here's how to create one. 1. Set clear goals. Be specific about what you want to achieve. For instance, improve public speaking could become deliver a presentation to the leadership team by March. 2. Identify resources. Look for relevant courses, books, or mentors to support your goals. 3. Establish milestones. Break your goal into smaller, achievable steps to maintain momentum. Commit to lifelong learning. Growth isn't just about accumulating technical skills, it's about evolving as a person. The confidence, resilience, and adaptability you gain through continuous learning will serve you in every area of life. By committing to your personal and professional development, you're not just preparing for your next role, you're designing a life of purpose, fulfillment, and an impact. Chapter 10. Leadership and Mentorship. Leadership isn't reserved for managers or executives. It's about influence, vision, and the ability to inspire others. Whether you're leading a team, a project, or even a single conversation, you have the power to make an impact. Leadership, more than a title. True leadership starts with self-awareness and empathy. A leader isn't someone who knows all the answers, but someone who knows how to find them, often by empowering others. What makes a great leader? 1. Empathy. Understand and address the needs of those you lead. 2. Collaboration. Create an environment where diverse perspectives are valued. 3. Adaptability. Embrace change and guide others through uncertainty. Example: in my early career, I worked with a colleague named Chioma. She wasn't the loudest voice in the room, nor did she have an impressive title, but her leadership was undeniable. She ensured everyone on the team felt seen and valued, often encouraging quieter colleagues to share their ideas. When Chioma was asked to lead a high-stakes project, she united the team with her calm confidence, delivering exceptional results. Her example taught me that leadership is about creating conditions for others to thrive. Becoming a leader people want to follow. To lead effectively, focus on earning trust and respect rather than commanding authority. Here are practical steps to build your leadership presence. 1. Be approachable. Make yourself accessible for questions, feedback, and support. 2. Communicate clearly. Share your vision in a way that resonates with others. For example, instead of saying we need to meet our quarterly goals, say, let's explore how we can collectively achieve this milestone. 3. Celebrate wins. Recognize team achievements, big and small, to boost morale and loyalty. The role of mentorship. Mentorship is one of the most powerful ways to shape someone's career and your own. It's a two-way street that benefits both mentor and mentee. Being a mentee. Several years ago, I had a mentor named Bola. At a time when I felt invisible at work, Bola challenged me to stop waiting for recognition and take charge of my narrative. She encouraged me to speak up in meetings and ask for opportunities. Her guidance transformed my confidence, helping me secure projects that marked turning points in my career. Being a mentor. Years later, I mentored an intern named Zainab. Though brilliant, she was hesitant to share her ideas. After encouraging her to present in a brainstorming session, her concept became the foundation of a successful campaign. Watching her confidence grow reminded me that mentorship isn't just about offering advice, it's about unlocking potential. Actionable steps for mentorship. 1. As a mentee, identify someone whose expertise aligns with your goals. Be proactive. Schedule regular check-ins and come prepared with questions or updates. 2. As a mentor, provide guidance without dictating. Ask, what do you think is the best approach to empower decision-making? Share your experiences, including failures, to create a space for learning. Building your legacy through leadership and mentorship. Leadership and mentorship are deeply interconnected. As you grow, you'll naturally find opportunities to guide others. These moments not only help others, but also deepen your impact and expand your influence. Reflection exercise. 1. Identify one leadership quality you want to strengthen. 2. Who has been a mentor in your life, and how can you emulate their guidance? 3. Is there someone you can mentor? What's one step you can take to support their growth? Leadership that lasts. Leadership isn't about perfection, it's about connection. When you listen, guide, and uplift those around you, you create a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate circle. Be the leader who empowers others, and you'll leave a legacy of inspiration and growth. Chapter 11. Work-Life Harmony. Balance is often portrayed as a scale, where work and life sit on opposite ends. But life isn't that simple. Instead, think of your life as a symphony, with different sections playing louder or softer at different times. Harmony, not balance, is the goal. Rethinking balance. The traditional idea of having it all often sets unrealistic expectations. Work-life harmony acknowledges that your priorities will shift depending on your current goals, responsibilities, and circumstances. Some weeks your career might take center stage. Other times family, health, or personal pursuits will come first. And that's okay. Reflection. Ask yourself, what is most important to me right now? Where am I overextending myself, and where can I pull back? How can I adjust my priorities to reflect my values? Setting boundaries without guilt. Boundaries are essential for sustaining your energy and focus, but many women struggle with saying no, fearing it might make them seem less committed. Remember, boundaries are not selfish, they're acts of self-preservation. How to set boundaries. 1. Communicate clearly. If you're asked to take on additional work, respond with something like, I'd love to help, but I'm at capacity right now. Can we revisit this later? 2. Schedule non-negotiable time. Block off time for family, self-care, or hobbies, and treat it as you would an important meeting. 3. Turn off work notifications. When your workday ends, disconnect from email and messages to recharge fully. Example. When Ada began feeling overwhelmed by after-hours emails, she established a policy of checking her inbox only during work hours. By clearly communicating this boundary to her team, she improved her focus during the day and her peace of mind at night. Time management. Making space for what matters. Effective time management isn't about cramming more into your day, it's about prioritizing what matters most and letting go of the rest. Practical tips. 1. Plan ahead. Use tools like digital planners or apps to organize tasks and set realistic deadlines. 2. Delegate. Identify tasks that can be shared with colleagues, family members, or hired help. 3. Batch tasks. Group similar tasks, like emails or meetings, to maximize efficiency. Overcoming burnout. Burnout can sneak up on even the most passionate professionals. Recognize the signs: exhaustion, cynicism, or reduced productivity, and take proactive steps to recover. Steps to combat burnout. 1. Take a break. Even a brief pause can help reset your energy. Consider taking a day off or even a longer vacation. 2. Seek support. Talk to a trusted friend, mentor, or therapist about what you're experiencing. Reevaluate your workload. Discuss priorities with your supervisor to ensure your plate isn't overloaded. Celebrating your wins. Too often, we focus on what's left to do and forget to acknowledge how far we've come. Take time to celebrate even small milestones, whether it's treating yourself to something meaningful or simply reflecting on your progress. Honoring your achievements reinforces your sense of purpose. Example: when Fatima completed a demanding certification program while managing her full-time job, she rewarded herself with a weekend getaway. This act of celebration reminded her of her resilience and boosted her motivation for future goals. Proportion exercise. 1. What is one area of your life that feels out of harmony right now? 2. What boundary can you set to protect your time and energy? 3. How will you celebrate your next professional or personal milestone? The symphony of life. Harmony doesn't mean every aspect of your life will always be in perfect balance. It's about recognizing what matters most at any given moment and giving yourself the grace to shift your focus accordingly. By setting boundaries, managing your time intentionally, and celebrating your wins, you create a life that feels fulfilling, purposeful, and uniquely yours. Conclusion. Embracing your power. As you turn the final pages of this book, take a moment to reflect on your journey. Maybe you picked up this book while striving for a promotion, navigating workplace challenges, or seeking clarity about the next step in your career. Whatever brought you here, know this: you are capable of greatness. The journey ahead. The path to success is rarely linear. There will be obstacles, moments of self-doubt, and times when progress feels painfully slow. But there will also be triumphs, growth, and the exhilarating realization that you are far more powerful than you imagined. Throughout this book, we've explored tools and strategies to help you thrive. Intra and interpersonal skills, mastering yourself and building meaningful connections, networking and visibility, ensuring your value is recognized and celebrated. Leadership and mentorship, inspiring others while growing into the leader you were meant to be. Work-life harmony, creating a fulfilling life that aligns with your goals and values. These aren't just skills, they're the building blocks of a career and life designed on your terms. Your power, your way. Success doesn't have to conform to anyone else's definition. Maybe it's climbing the corporate ladder, starting your own business, or balancing a meaningful career with family. There is no one right way to thrive. Your journey is yours alone, and you have the tools to make it extraordinary. A call to action. As you close this book, I challenge you to take the lessons and insights you've gained and turn them into action. Don't wait for the perfect moment to begin applying what you've learned. It doesn't exist. Start now. Take bold steps. Even if they feel daunting, take them anyway. Growth lies just outside your comfort zone. Speak up. Even when your voice shakes, make it heard. Your perspective matters. Celebrate wins. No matter how small, honor your progress. Every step forward is worth acknowledging. Reflection questions. Before you go, take a moment to answer these. 1. What was your biggest insight from this book? 2. What is one skill or habit you will start practicing immediately? 3. What is one long-term goal you are ready to commit to today? Your pledge to yourself. Write or say this pledge as a commitment to your growth and success. I pledge to embrace my power, trust my abilities, and take bold steps toward my goals. I will celebrate my accomplishments, learn from my challenges, and never stop growing. I am the woman for the job, and I am ready to make my mark on the world. Your legacy. Remember, this journey isn't just about you. As you grow, you'll inspire and uplift others, creating a ripple effect of empowerment. The courage you show today paves the way for those who will come after you. Your impact reaches far beyond your career. It's a legacy of leadership, strength, and authenticity. The world needs your brilliance, your perspective, and your leadership. So go forth boldly, unapologetically, and with unwavering belief in yourself. After all, you're the woman for the job. Next action steps. To help you start strong, here's a quick checklist. Identify one professional event or networking opportunity to attend this month. Update your resume, LinkedIn profile, or portfolio to reflect your recent accomplishments. Reach out to a mentor, colleague, or friend to share your goals and seek support. Take one step toward a long-term goal, whether it's enrolling in a course, scheduling a meeting, or setting aside time to plan. Celebrate your journey by treating yourself to something meaningful, a small reward for your commitment to growth. About the author. Abiola George is a seasoned professional with over 25 years of diverse experience spanning corporate roles and entrepreneurship. In addition to her extensive professional background, Abiola is an accomplished academic researcher and author. She holds a PhD with a focus on women's highly skilled entrepreneurship within an international development context, combining her practical experience with deep scholarly insight. Abiola is passionately committed to empowering women to achieve their fullest potential. Through her work in personal and professional development, she inspires women to break barriers, embrace their strengths, and navigate the complexities of modern careers with confidence and purpose. When she's not writing or researching, Abiola enjoys spending quality time with family and creative projects.